I think this $25,000, back to one of your earlier points, is just like the student loan fiasco from 4 years ago. It's market moving. It'll get the masses talking. It will feel good if you don't actually understand economics. Who doesn't want $25,000 in free money? Well, if you are a home buyer in Memphis and you don't have a home today, you could be locked out forever. That's just the reality. Alrighty, folks, I want to have this discussion about the proposal for an average of $25,000 for first-time home buyers. I don't want to have the kind of traditional economic 101. I want to talk to somebody who buys and sells home in the Mid-South, the center of the country. The reason I want to have this discussion is I think $25,000 in free money will distort some markets that were quote unquote affordable, and it will have no impact on other markets like Palo Alto, California, with a $1.6 million median home price. Casey from Brick by Brick, you invest in Memphis, Tennessee, and I think your market could explode higher if this goes through. What say you?
I am not excited about this whatsoever. First of all, I take this what is it called? I wrote down payment toward equity act. This is similar to when the government was going to help pay for college tuition, right? Did that help affordability of colleges? No. So giving people more money to help a problem this is just making the problem worse. If you hand there's 600,000 people in Memphis, okay? And if you hand them all a $25,000 check, what is going to happen to all of the property prices? They're just going to go up. It's not their money. And like we had talked about a little earlier, it's really only going to be helping the sellers.
Yeah. I just want to put this in context because again, when I look at this, I think there are some quote unquote affordable markets that will be unaffordable if this goes through. So I want to go into a real world example. You just told us last week you bought your ninth property. You bought this ninth property in a buyer's market. You bought a property that was listed for 240 for basically 200. The reason you were able to do that is there were no offers. And time went by and the sellers were motivated because they had a compelling event closing on their forever home. So you came through 200, 240. I just want to ask people, just logically speaking, if you hand 1,000 people in Memphis 25 grand and you tell them to go home shopping, what happens to this house at 240? The only answer, folks, is it gets bid up. It probably sells for 280. What do you think?
I think that there's no way that I would have been able to buy that house for $200,000 if people had a $25,000 check to help with their down payment.
There's
I
no
would agree.
chance, Casey.
No,
There's no
no,
chance.
I know. And this whole act is supposed to help low income people, to help first time home buyers, to help them with home ownership, the American dream. How is that going to actually happen if we are legitimately artificially inflating home prices because people are getting free money to buy them? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's going to do the exact opposite of its purpose.
Yeah. So in California, we had something that our king uh, called what did he call it? California Dream for All. Basically, he had his pool of money that he allowed people to use for down payments, and it was available on Monday and it was expired by Friday, meaning it was all the money was gone. What happened? Well, these people that got the free money, they only had a limited supply of homes on the market. And they had people going out and there were 30 and 40 offers on homes. There were escalation clauses. There is zero chance you buy that 240 house for 200. There will be dozens of people bidding on it, and they will be adding accelerate. The only people that win are people that own homes and are selling. Memphis will become unaffordable if this happens. It's the wrong answer, in my opinion.
And not just Memphis too, right?
No.
All of the other affordable cities across the nation, places on the East Coast, the Midwest, the Mid-South. There goes affordability. People already can't afford it now. So we're going to inflate prices $25,000 more, which, yeah, I love a $25,000 check, but can we get it a different way? You know, it's not going to help the housing market. It's going to cause a bigger shortage than ever before because everyone's going to buy them. Properties are going to be through the roof and there's going to be nothing left. I mean, how are the rest of the people supposed to afford homes when prices are now $25,000 or $50,000 more on an already cheap property?
No, this will distort. This will distort Memphis and Huntsville and Cleveland and just all of the country that is quote unquote affordable. Here's my prediction. Those affordable markets today could see somewhere between a 15 and 25% bump in home values in 18 months or less. There's just nothing available. Now let's go to the other side of the equation. There are some markets like Palo Alto, California, where the median home price is 1.6 million. This $25,000 won't impact it at all. They'll see 0% additional appreciation because it's not meant for Palo Alto, California. It's meant for the affordable markets. And this will distort it almost instantaneously. It's hard for me to fathom how bad this. Again, if you own houses, you love this program. Your net worth, your value will go up 20%. Like, let's just put some numbers on it. Let's say you own $4 million in homes and you have $2 million in equity. So your LTV is 50%. If homes go up 25%, guess what happens? Your $4 million net worth goes to $5 million. However, your equity goes from 2 million to 3 million because all of that is equity. So your equity goes up 50% just because home values go up 25%. So the only winners
really benefiting.
The have and the have not, the wealth divide will be cataclysmic.
The thing is, we've already been through this before. So I remember when I was a real estate agent in California during the big crash, right? In 2008, the government did an $8,000 first-time home buyer tax credit. Now, that one was not a grant like this one is. That one had to be paid back. You had to pay $500 a year or pay it off over 15 years, depending upon when you bought the home, what year. But housing prices went up immediately. They went up immediately because you gave people an extra $8,000 to buy houses. I'm never going to forget it. So when I saw this, even though this isn't new, this was actually this 25,000, I think it's from 2021, but it's getting more traction now in the news. And I thought we should talk about it. This is just the same thing as what happened last time. Prices are going to go up the equivalent amount or more. And we're already in a housing shortage. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, we have supply demand is twofold. And unfortunately, demand is easier. In economics, it's called elasticity. It's more, it means you can impact it quicker. Unfortunately, we have a supply problem, but it's hard. It's sticky. It takes time. It doesn't get the headlines in the national media. We're going to go impact zoning laws. We're going to go do this or that. It's not sexy. But yeah, I think this $25,000, back to one of your earlier points, is just like the student loan fiasco from 4 years ago. It's market moving. It'll get the masses talking. It will feel good if you don't actually understand economics. Who doesn't want $25,000 in free money? Well, if you are a home buyer in Memphis and you don't have a home today, you could be locked out forever. That's just the reality. I mean, Memphis is already expensive today based on incomes. You take Memphis up 20%, you're pretty soon going to join the unaffordable scale.
Yeah. In many cities in Memphis, the average income is like $35,000.
Yeah, you don't want to see prices shoot up. And again, it will take the low end. It won't impact the high end. It'll take the low end, the entry level home up, up, up. Casey, thank you for doing this. You're going to be doing a school session today and next Monday. Excited about that. Do me a favor, make sure you record it because you'll get a lot more replays. A lot of people in the community obviously have day jobs, so you'll probably have half a dozen to a dozen folks join. But if you record it, you'll get another 100 or so watching. So thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. I am super excited.
Thank you. Take care.